So it's very important to make everybody aware of wellness overall. Wellness is a pillar of society, and if we don't share this awareness, it's very important. Wow, I wish I could call the entire place to sit down. But I'm very happy that at least a few people showed up in the scorching sun, right? Yeah, I think this morning it was very busy, but now it seems to be, people having a meltdown a little bit, right? Just a little bit about me and what I do for a living. So I'm the CEO and founder of SWPM. We are the biggest spa and wellness operator in the region. We have 30 running facilities in hotels, especially in 5 stars, but we have a few 4 stars as well. 2 brands, one is called Raya Wellness and one is called Wellbeing's Holistic Healing. You can find us in Edition, you can find us in Fairmont, you can find us in various millenniums, and most IHG, Accor, and a lot of the hotels in the downtown and Business Bay cluster carry our brands. We also have the Fairmont Ajman and the Fairmont Fujairah. So pedestrian and wellness hotels, obviously, especially in Ajman and Fujairah, we do a lot of retreats. But today we want to talk about a topic of significance. So I believe that, by show of hands, who has children here from you guys? One? One only? 2? No, only 1? Good. Well, I think it becomes very important if you're looking at the future of our society to make sure that wellness is a pillar, a foundational pillar of society. How do we build an ecosystem that is around wellness and is evolving around wellness? When I say ecosystem, I'm talking about a framework. And this framework always consists out of 3 A's: accessibility, awareness, and especially, I forgot the third one now. Accessibility, awareness, and forget the third one. So we come to that later. Awareness is the most important one because we have to have awareness in order to make sure that everybody knows and is on the same page of what we are actually educating everybody on. If we're not aware about wellness, then what's the whole point, right? Awareness is the most important thing. We need to communicate awareness. We need to make... Sorry, ladies. Excuse me. Ladies. Hello. Actually, not. It's okay. They're just so loud. Sorry. Sorry. So it's very important to make everybody aware of wellness overall. Wellness is a pillar of society, and if we don't share this awareness, it's very important. Accessibility for me is a big one, because we always preach wellness to be accessible for everyone. But I don't think that's the case. I think wellness is still a luxury. It's not something that is accessible for everyone. It should be made accessible for every income stream, and it should be communicated as such as well. So if we are putting a big price tag on everything, then how can wellness be made accessible, right? And it's the accountability, which is the third A that I forgot, which is also crucial. We have to hold each other accountable. If we don't hold each other accountable for our actions and for the future of our children, when it comes to the society, when it comes to the mental health, to the mental well-being, then we're going to go nowhere. I see a world of complexity that is immense. And actually, a good friend of mine, Cory Block, who's a neuroscientist, he wrote several books about that topic. He's predicting, and he's very, very true with this. In 5 years, everyone will have mental health issues because our brain is not able to cope with the complexity and the acceleration of the world out there. The world accelerates in light speed. I mean, 50 years ago, you had to make around 60 decisions a day. Now it's over 10,000 decisions that your brain has to make, consciously or subconsciously. Starting from when you get out of bed, when you put your socks on and you go down to the breakfast table. It is decision after decision. But when you're on the street, especially down there in Sheikh Zayed Road, then the real madness is starting, right? So our brains have to adapt to this immense impact of complexity, which is not easy. For some, it's very difficult. And if people are growing up the ladder a little bit in their responsibility field, it becomes even more important that the mental health is in check. So people lose themselves. People find themselves in situations where they really have issues with mental health. And guess what? Only 10% of the people are talking about it. Because it's a stigma, and we need to break that stigma, and we have to hold each other accountable. Good man. Very good reaction time. I love it. You saved the ladies. He saved your life. Please tell him he did. Okay, so very important, mental health and making sure that we're talking about it. How can we do this? In society, we need to facilitate and we need to make clear that there's workshops, that there's people we can go to and speak to at all times, and nobody has to hold back anymore, right? This is the world that I would envision my daughter to grow up in. You know, that is the ideal scenario. But then we have Instagram, then we have Facebook, then we have false media, then we have all the pressures from society. Oh, look at you, what are you wearing to school today? And it's just, where does it stop, right? So it's up to you and it's up to us, as in this generation, to make sure that the accountability is there to set the mental wellness straight and make sure that they are protected. Very important. So now, my topic today was supposed to be to talk about hospitality and a structure of an ecosystem that is built on wellness in hospitality. That is a very broad spectrum. That's why I had to speak about the 3 A's first, because I needed you to understand where I'm coming from. So who's working in the hotel industry here by show of hands? 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3. So for the rest, I'm just going to break it down. It's going to be interesting for you to see just how the hotels are operating. So I think it is very important for a hotel to increase the sense of well-being. We have certain quality measurement tools in hotel, may it be JD Powers, may it be Gallup, or any of these other very big quality measure brands. Marriott, IHG, Accor, they all work with that, right? It is very important to measure guest engagement and to measure the overall impact on how good am I performing as a hotel and is the guest willing to come back. One of the key drivers of guest engagement is the sense of well-being. The sense of well-being is determined by various factors. It can be imperceptible wellness, like when you're lying in bed, you see, you know, the blinking lights of the TV, of the firefighting system. Everything in the room is blinking. The AC panel is blinking. The phone panel is blinking. You think your circadian rhythm is not affected by this? 100% it is. So that is perceptible wellness. However, imperceptible wellness might be the way the furnitures are laid out, might be the way the gentle airflow is going from your bed, is leaving some stream, and you will not even perceive it. It's imperceptible, but it's affecting your sense of well-being in a very negative way. So it is crucial for us to make sure, as hotel operators, that we go and we're looking at every aspect in the room, in the areas where the guests are dining, in the areas of arrival. Overall, what is the perceived sense of well-being of the guest and what is imperceptible? So we need to raise this, meaning eliminate the lights in the rooms, making sure that we have amenities in the rooms that are catering to the guest needs, like sleep amenities, like amenities in the minibar that are, you know, specifically tailored for wellness. And we can do a lot more. It's so boring, right? In the hotel, you see the same things all the time. You open up the minibar, you see your booze, you see your Coca-Cola, you see your Sprite, and you open up the other door. Oh, here's the free stuff. We have tea, we have, oh, what is it, Lipton? Great, yoo-hoo. So we have all this stuff, but in the end, nothing is telling me wellness, right? Nothing is increasing the sense of well-being. So we urge hotel operators to pick up on that. And that's what we're there for. That's what we do for a living. We look at the hotels, we go in there and we say, you need to change this, you need to change that. Put some, whatever, sachets of green powder in the minibar. Have a little sleep amenity. Have some lavender spray for the pillow. You know, have a sleep ritual in the room. And just provide some sense of well-being for the guests. It can be yoga mats, can be in-room fitness kits, you know, where the guest can just pick it up and, you know, does a little bit of a self-administered fitness in the room. There's a lot of things that can be done in that regard. Then we're moving down to the food and beverage department, where we see no labeling on the entire buffet. Everything is just, it says potato salad. It says, you know, grilled chicken. What does that tell me? I don't know anything, right? So please, nowadays, we should be more health cautious. We have people who have, you know, heavy allergies. If somebody's celiac, if somebody has gluten intolerance or anything like this, you know, they will fall flat on their face, you know, or grow double size, and nobody wants that. So there's a lot of complacency and a lot of ignorance, and I think this is very, very bad for the hotels not to pick up on that. So technically, it is not a good thing that we see on daily basis. So I think the worst thing that hotel operators can do is close their eyes because of the cost impact. We see that as well time and time again. And they just ignore it. They just basically say, I don't care, I don't need to spend the money on it. And especially when it comes to basic stuff like the water. When you go to a hotel, what do you see? Plastic bottles, right? So now just a few hotels have picked up on that. But again, it's a cost factor, and many people, they don't want to entertain this. So I think overall, it's very important for hotels to just be on board with the whole idea of increasing the sense of well-being. I think that overall hotel operators need to be on board with the idea. We need to speak to the general managers. We need to just re-educate them on how to do things differently. And we need to start running more retreats, maybe 24-hour retreats, maybe half-day retreats, maybe a one-week retreat. Wherever we can, we should offer that facility for the guests, to just have full-on wellness with a wellness practitioner that is on in-house, with yoga instructor that is in-house, with a nutritionist that is in-house. And all of this is a generation thing. And it's coming more and more. And people should be focusing on that. And people should be acknowledging this as a very valuable and very important element of hospitality. And also the follow-up. I mean, when you leave the hotel, nobody cares anymore, right? You paid the money, you cut the room, you went home to your families, and that's it. I think that's not enough, If you're staying in a hotel, there should be proper follow-ups. There should be, a clear indication on, what could be done better in the stay. And especially if you're looking at the wellness, there's a lot that can be done, because there can be, surveys sent out in the end, and it's something that is really important. So I think overall, that is what I can tell you about the wellness and hospitality. I know it's been a very short talk, but yeah, thank you so much, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day.